not okay, but that's just fine. Press play now. It's podcast
All
time.
right, so I figure we talk about vasectomies. And there's
Let's
something.
talk about vasectomies.
All right, so this is what I find interesting about vasectomies.
Yeah.
Right? There's nobody that's in the middle on vasectomies.
Yeah.
There's people that's had them who love it or had an awful experience.
I'm in favor of vasectomies when they are medically necessary.
Like,
Like to save the life of the father.
just say,
If you're going to save the life of the father, then yes, I'm pro vasectomy. Like nobody takes that position,
yeah,
right?
no.
Like, it's never like, well, in the case of whatever.
And there's also like weird rules around vasectomies where like you can't get them without your wife's permission, and you got
that is the weirdest
Yeah.
thing. Like I think I was looking last night. This guy, his like common sense politics or something.
Can you bring your mic down just a little bit? You're rubbing it with your.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're
You're
good.
getting it. So I saw a post from a guy who's something like common sense politics,
Yeah.
and he has like 28 propositions that he feels like the vast majority of Americans can agree on, like term limits is one,
Yeah.
Removing corporate interest from the political process. Like, like everybody's like, yeah, okay, we're all agreement. Here's one. I think that if we're going to even talk about bodily autonomy, that a man should be able to get a vasectomy without his wife, partner, whoever signing off on it.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest
If you're
thing
unmarried, if you're like, because I'm pretty sure like there's a lot of places where you have to be married to even get a vasectomy.
Yeah.
You've had to have had kids.
Had kids. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that doesn't really make sense. Like, why do you want people having kids who don't want kids?
Who don't want kids. Yeah. And what's wild to me is how few people know that is the way it is. And I don't know if that is like the American Medical Association formally says that it has to be that way, or if it's just like the practice of doctors or clinics, hospitals, but like, I'm at least, marginally pro-life. I'm a kind of a quirky pro-life. And I was talking to someone who was vehemently, pro-choice, and she was talking about bodily autonomy, and I brought it up. I'm like, she's like, why do men want to be in charge of our bodies? I'm like, well, my wife is, to a certain extent, is in charge of my body. I had to have her sign off on me getting a vasectomy. She's like, no, you didn't.
Like,
and I'm like, yes. Yeah. Like she like refused to believe it. Like she brought out her phone and Googled it, and she was like, this is real. And I'm like, yes, it's real. Like we live in, in such a way that, there's certain stipulations that the medical culture has put in place before you can get certain things.
Yeah.
This kind of branches into a different topic, but like one of the things that I find interesting is that there are laws in some places that, for instance, before you get an abortion, you have to have an ultrasound.
Yeah.
To actually see the baby. And I've had people really argue against that, and it's like, well, it's a test, right? Like it's a test to make sure that you're actually pregnant, that the baby is in the place where it's supposed to be, that you're not talking about an ectopic pregnancy. You're not talking about, some fallopian tube that is, distended and is going to cause problems if they start an abortion. So it's like, to me, it is a safety precaution as well as a disincentive.
But is it a rule that you have to get an ultrasound and you have to look at it? Like, so that's the thing. I'm pretty much all the way pro-life.
Okay.
But like, I think that's one of the dumbest rules on the face of the planet. If we're going to have it in place where like it's legal to get an abortion, like you don't inflict more harm than you have to. Yeah. Right. Like, I don't know. It just seems weird to me.
Yeah.
But to get back to
it is a weird one. Yeah. Sorry, vasectomies.
Yeah. Right. Get back to vasectomies. Like, because like there's some weird rules around it. But what I'm more interested in is there are men who are so against getting one, right? They also don't want kids.
Right.
Right. They're okay with their wives getting surgery to get their tubes tied, or their wives being on birth control, or like this stuff. And it's like, when you ask them, it's like, why don't you want to get a vasectomy? And they're like, that's my manhood.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think you have a weird definition of your manhood.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe they don't understand how the surgery works. Like I've wondered that if maybe they don't understand. I'm like, you're not being castrated, right?
Right.
It's like there's this little bitty thing, this little bitty tube. They're cutting it and
Yeah.
burning the ends. That's it. It's not like they're taking your balls.
Yeah.
That's a different thing. And I don't know. It's a weird thing. I've never understood men who like that. Well, I do understand. Here's my understanding of it,
Mm-hmm.
right or wrong, is I would say that a man that has that position, he's just a butthole.
Yeah.
Right. He's just an awful human being that he would rather his wife have a hysterectomy or a tubal ligation. Like
Yeah.
it's a much more extensive surgery and has a lot more complications, a lot more issues, and long-lasting consequences, especially in the case of a hysterectomy. Lots of consequences for her hormonal balance, sleep regulation. Everything about her life is altered because of a hysterectomy. So
yeah, and it's just never made sense to me why people are so like. I can understand it's like, well, maybe I'm not done having kids. Fine, don't get a vasectomy, right?
yeah,
Or like, but tying it back to something around masculinity, it's almost like like you're avoiding the conversation, right?
yeah.
Like you're staying in the dark on purpose.
So I've wondered, if it's, and I'm not espousing this belief. Just put that out there first. Disclaimer. But I've wondered if men, and I say this because the men that I have spoken with who are very much anti-vasectomy, who are pro tubal ligation or hysterectomy for their wives, they have a certain religious bent to them.
Yeah.
And I've wondered if they are in some way conflating masculinity with the creative act of God. If that's somewhere in there, or if maybe that idea of God's creative power is somehow mingled in with that, maybe not even at a level that they could acknowledge it, but that it's like it's in the mix somewhere in there, that there's some power in it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I've always thought maybe it's like an opposition to authority type thing, maybe.
Yeah.
Right. Like I'm not going to be the one that gives something up, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Which
like-
is weird, and I guess that's probably my biggest issue with it. If it is this opposition, I'm not gonna. It's just like, to me, the heart of manhood, and like maybe even like the manhood in its most essential, basic root is self-sacrifice.
Yeah.
That I've told my sons this. It's like you cannot claim to be a man if you are not willing to sacrifice at least your wants for someone else's needs.
Right.
And I have said that, the example I got from my dad was he would sacrifice his needs for other people's needs.
Yes.
And that is, to me, the heart of manhood.
Yeah.
And it is also, I think, the heart of motherhood.
Yes.
That it is the same sort of thing. And so it's like, don't tell me you're a good mother and you're not willing to sacrifice for your children. Don't tell me that you are any kind of man and not willing to sacrifice for at least for your wife, for your partner, for anyway. So
yeah. So there is an overlap with men who won't get vasectomies that is definite. Like they're like, it's more than just religious. Like it is men who refuse to get vasectomies also will not get pedicures.
I don't know about that one, man.
No, I'm
Because I'm pretty anti-pedicure.
This is all based on personal research.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, and that's why I've always just kind of linked it to like people's like masculinity, right? Like,
yeah. I don't know. I know for me, like, I was like, listen, I have taken part in the creation of 4 lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had a couple of pregnancies that didn't end in a birth, that ended prematurely, and we had kind of suffered that loss, and it was like, you know what, like 4, that's great, it's a good round number, and it's like, to me,
some might say too many,
maybe too many sometimes, especially around the holidays when we're all so close together and all day, but it's like it's at least enough. I think I've done enough to repopulate, go forth and multiply.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like,
So
why does the world need more? And Haley and I, we
mhm,
added some, I think, some good depth to the gene pool, and
yeah,
the things we bring to the table. But still, it's like, I think it's enough.
yeah.
4 kids done. So
So let me ask you this, because I think this is a difference between me and you that I would like to hear an explanation for.
okay,
Right? I I was very easily swayed into getting a vasectomy.
yeah,
Okay. I went, I'll be honest with you, at 18, I would have went and gotten one.
yeah,
I
I believe that.
like
Yeah,
I had no I had maybe it's like a genetic urge to spread my seed. Like it
yeah,
just wasn't like and I made that sacrifice and had kids with my wife because she wanted kids, right?
right.
Um where you on the other hand, it was a much more deliberate choice for
Yeah,
you.
it
Like
was.
like what was your thought process behind being like not sure? Why weren't you sure if you wanted it?
Um, yeah, that's tough. Um, I wanted to make sure. So, and I- this may not resonate with you because you were never like, I want to have kids, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But there was this sense after we had our first, second, and third kids
Mm-hmm.
that our family wasn't complete. Like
Okay.
our family felt like it just wasn't complete. And
Yeah.
Haley and I talked about, and I was prepared to get a vasectomy before our fourth child. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, I had gotten the referral and had done the steps
Yeah.
to get referred to the doctor for the vasectomy before we found out that Dutch
Mm-hmm.
was in the womb, um, and we're like ready to do that, and I was even prepared to do that before he was born,
Yeah.
and the doctor's office would not do that, knowing that she was pregnant. She was like, no,
Mm-hmm.
because it often happens that if this child were lost, that you would want to try again. It's like, oh, okay, so
Yeah.
that made sense. But I just had a very sensitive. And then after Dutch was born, I felt like done. Like
Yeah.
our family feels complete. And I don't know
Yeah.
if that's a spiritual thing. I don't know if it was because I was raised in a family that
Mm-hmm.
had 4 kids, and all of my sisters have 4 kids. If that was
Yeah.
the thing, but it just definitely felt like we were
Yeah.
done at that point.
Well, okay, so that gets to a good point to put out. Like a lot of these guys who are adamantly against getting a vasectomy, like
Yeah.
how many of them maybe wouldn't be upset at the idea of another kid,
Right.
right? Like
Maybe not.
and maybe they don't even realize that that's a desire of theirs, right? Because it's off
Yeah.
the table, right?
Right.
Like I'm sure they've had conversations with their spouse or other people or their person, and like we're not having another kid,
Yeah.
but like they wouldn't be mad if another one came around,
Right. Yeah.
like
And that's for me. Like if my wife got pregnant, I'd be okay. Like I'd be all
yeah,
right with it. I
yeah,
think. I feel like she would be pretty upset.
yeah,
But upset with me. But yeah, I'd be okay with it. And we have also talked a lot to say that we uh, would not be opposed to growing our family through adoption.
hmm
Um,
yeah,
yeah, and so even though like I feel like 4 is great for us. There have been, I work in a public school. My wife, her job takes her into a lot of public schools,
yeah,
and a lot of situations that she is brought in because my wife is a behavior analyst,
hmm
board certified, and so she's brought in when school districts are dealing with kids who are having a lot of issues, and a lot of
hmm
times those issues are sort of overflow from issues going on at home.
yeah,
And so, she sees all the time kids whose home lives are just really, really rough.
hmm
They've been abandoned by their birth parents, they are in foster care, or they're placed with some family member that has said to their face they don't really want them. Like,
yeah,
rough. Obviously, that behavior is going to show.
right,
And multiple times she's come home and just been like, if there were a way that I could just bring this child home,
yeah,
I'd, I'd bring them home with us.
yeah,
And um, and I'm like, okay, yep, that's fine. Let's
mm,
bring her home, bring him home. Like that's all right.
yeah,
Um, yeah, and I don't know. I feel like the people who, especially from a religious aspect,
hmm
who are like, I don't want to stop making my own babies.
hmm
It's like feel like those people have not studied the scriptures enough to
Mhm.
understand the beauty of adoption. Um, and I don't feel like they've studied the early church enough.
Mhm.
One of the practices that sometimes talked about that you can read about in antiquity
Mhm.
is this exposure. That
Mhm.
basically, if you had a child that you didn't want, you just kind of took them to the edge of the city and left them there.
Yeah.
And there are these great stories from church history of Christians in these communities, in these sort of Greco-Roman communities, finding babies at the edge of town and taking them in
Yeah.
and raising them. And it's, and I think it is a beautiful picture of Christ's love for us and God's love for us that we take in kids, these
Yeah.
helpless little people. So yeah, and I think one of the things that I said for years when I was pastoring was we always put the pressure on the answer of why do you want to adopt?
Yeah.
Right? That's always sort of
Mhm.
the impetus is why do you want to? And I feel like that question should be reversed
Mhm.
and it should be justify why you're not.
Yeah.
Like your kids are grown, they're out of the house,
Yeah.
you're 50 years old, you got an empty nest,
Mhm.
you've got the facilities for it, you've got the capacity
Yep.
financially,
Yeah.
emotionally, you could do it. Why not? Like
Yeah.
you prove to me why you shouldn't be, because the calling that's on our lives is to care for the widows and orphans.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, and I think that might be part of the reason I never. And let me start this with saying I have 2 kids and they're wonderful and I love them and I
right.
wouldn't trade them for the world. I would destroy Earth to protect them.
Sure.
But I think one of the reasons I didn't have the greatest desire to have my own children is growing up, we were always friends with the people who ran the orphanage in
Yeah.
Texarkana. And like it was there were enough kids out there that needed love and didn't have it. Why wouldn't I just take on one of them versus
Yeah.
bring another child into the world?
Yep.
You know, because like I 100% would have adopted if I didn't have kids.
Yeah.
Like, no doubt in my mind, like I would have adopted.
Yeah. See, I think what we really need is we need to hear from some men who are in the no um, no vasectomy camp.
Hmm.
Like, what is your reason
Yeah.
for not doing it? And I would throw down a gauntlet to any man who is of the opinion like I'm not gonna have a vasectomy, and whatever reason follows that, to prove that you're a good guy.
Yeah.
Like, just prove to me that you're actually a good man,
Yeah.
and I think that'll be tough
Yeah.
for him.
All
So,
right.
because it seems just such an act of selfishness.
Yeah. So part of the theme of this podcast,
Yeah.
all right, is kind of to add our own struggles and stuff with things that other people might be going through, right? So I
Okay.
kind of want to talk about the process of getting a vasectomy.
Oh, okay.
All
Yeah.
right, like what would be because like all right, there's several ways to do it, right?
Right.
You can go under, you can not go under.
Yeah.
That's the big one, right?
Right.
Um, I I am of the camp. If you are a high anxiety person,
Yeah.
go ahead and go under. All right. Like if you struggle and you're going in with a lot of just stress, go ahead, get put under.
Yeah.
But if you're not, don't waste the money. Cause it tacks on like $3,000
Yeah.
to the cost of getting a vasectomy. And it's not bad. The procedure, well, my procedure was not bad.
You're perceived. And I've probably talked over the years, I've probably talked to 50 men about their vasectomies,
Uh-huh.
and their experiences.
Uh-huh.
And honestly, mine is the worst that I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Like, mine was truly awful, because there are some things, like, if I could sit myself down and talk to myself ahead of time, I probably wouldn't cough up the $3,000 for sedation,
Yeah.
but I probably would have gone to great lengths to have gotten a hold of a Valium before I went in,
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
else, some sort of
Well, and-
medicinal herb.
Yeah. Like my
to
doctor gave me a value
Yeah.
to take, like it was like 12 hours before I came. It was something like that. Like it was I
Yeah.
was supposed to take it before I came in, and I mean, it was great. Like I had no worries in the world.
Yeah, and that's most men that I talk to, they've had a good
Mhm.
experience, and that is
Mhm.
part of the process. My guy, my doctor did not give me a Valium,
Mhm.
and they gave me shots,
Yeah.
and they ended up giving me the shots 3 times,
Yeah.
to be able to keep everything
Yeah.
deadened. And even then, it was like I was still feeling pressure, still feeling like the sort of pulling
Yeah.
sensation that felt like they were trying to take out my like small intestine,
Yeah.
honestly. But yeah, and I was just like, it's fine. Let's just get this thing wrapped up. And your
Yeah.
procedure took what, 15, 20 minutes, something?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not long.
And
Like
and
the
I was
prep was longer than the procedure.
Yeah, see, I was back for nearly 2 hours. The procedure itself was like an hour and a half,
Yeah.
because every time he gave new shots, he kind of started the clock over to let it
Yeah.
deaden
And see, whenever they
or
started,
numb.
I probably got 5 shots when he started.
Yeah.
Like it was like there wasn't, and I'll be clear, the shots are the hardest part of the whole procedure.
Yes.
The first one hurts.
Yeah, I would say the shots are probably, in my instance, each shot hurt. I felt each shot,
Mhm.
each one, because I think it was 4 or 5 each time
Yeah.
he gave the shots. But then the other issue, and this is gross. I'll just trigger warning, gross. Be
Burning smell.
prepared. The burning smell,
Yeah.
because it isn't an awful smell.
Mm.
It's really not an awful smell.
It's a weird feeling though,
It's
right?
a weird feeling
Because they don't use a knife.
Right.
They use a hot blade, right? So
Yeah.
it cauterizes as it
Yeah,
cuts.
cauterizes. So you smell your flesh being cooked,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it's weird. It's
Yeah.
weird. It's not an unpleasant smell. I'm not gonna say
Mhm.
it's a good smell,
Yeah.
but it's not an unpleasant smell. So it's a weird thing to
Yeah.
think, because the psychology here, it's like,
Mm.
that's me. I'm
Yeah.
being burned. And thankfully, I can't feel that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
We know
it's
what's happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we know what's happening. So
So the other advice I would give, the doctor recommendation most of the time is a 3-day rest period,
oh
right?
yeah,
And it's do nothing the first day. The second day, get up. Do not make your wife fix your own meals on the second day, right?
yeah.
Get up, fix your own drinks, fix your own stuff, like, and then go sit back down in the chair.
Right.
Right? Don't be strenuous. The third day, don't lift anything, but rest. But I would say you can do 90% of the stuff around the house as long as you're not lifting things,
Yeah.
right? You're going to feel really good on the second day because you're on pain meds and you're going to think you can do way more than you can.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't get stiff. Don't sit around, but don't be strenuous.
Yeah, I don't know what pain meds you got. I think better pain meds than I did.
I got hydrocodones.
Yeah, see, I didn't get hydrocodones. I got I think just Tylenols, or maybe like
Mhm.
Tylenol 3, like the
Yeah.
high dose Tylenol.
Yeah.
And that was all I got.
Yeah.
And yeah, so my pain medicines weren't great.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I did that when I had my tonsils removed.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me hydrocodone.
Yeah.
No, OxyContin, excuse me. Gave me
Yeah.
OxyContin. And the day after I had my tonsils removed, I went home from the hospital, and I framed out a closet in a bedroom.
Yeah.
I hung sheetrock.
Yep.
And I had enough pills for like
Mhm.
2 days, and I built a closet in those 2 days, like
Yeah.
framed it up, sheetrocked it, floated it. I was ready to texture and paint. And then the third day, when it switched over from OxyContin to Tylenol, I was like, "Oh, honey, it's been a good run. Like this has been a good life, but I'm dead now."
Yeah.
So yeah,
I slept almost the whole first day.
yeah,
The second day I did fine. Like, and I rested, but I wasn't just sitting the whole time.
yeah.
And the third day I was back doing electrical work. I was crawling in attics. I was under crawl spaces. Like it was perfectly fine. The one thing I wish I could have done differently. All right.
Mm.
And this is going to sound weird. And I know it sounds weird. I wish I could have got a vasectomy at the same time as one of my friends.
Yeah, that would have been better.
Right. That way, because like I like playing video games. I like watching movies.
Yeah,
Like the second day, go to one of each other's houses, put on a movie, play some games, play pool, do something, right?
Do something.
Right. Something, and it also has somebody to help you keep you accountable. That would be
Yeah, that
the
would
one
be
thing
better.
I probably would have tried to do differently. But to be fair, I was 24 when I got my vasectomy, so
Yeah.
it was there wasn't a lot of men at 24 getting
No.
vasectomies.
No, and I think I got mine maybe 2 or 3 years after you,
Mm-hmm.
and so yeah, so it was that would be a good thing because also here's the other part, um, and this is always the case, husbands and wives, you can't truly understand what the other is going through,
Mm-hmm.
and you have no frame of reference
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
So, it's like, my wife was like, "Oh, this is awful for
Mhm.
like the first day, and then like the second day she's like, "All right,
Yeah.
I got 4 kids I'm taking care of. Come
Yeah.
on, let's get moving."
Yeah.
And so if nothing else, like it would be nice to have somebody else who your wife could be like, "Hey, listen, is yours moving
Yeah.
yet, or is he still, is he still just like aching on the cat? Oh, he is still aching. Okay, well,
Yeah.
maybe it's not just mine. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's nice. So
Yeah. I mean, that would be my biggest takeaways. But, and if you don't want kids, look at adoption.
look at adoption.
Yeah.
For real.
You don't have to have kids if you don't want to.
Uh-uh.
And so, well, we're going to end this here. Yeah.
Definitely in the
Appreciate it.
pro vasectomy camp.
Yeah.
And write your congressman. They
Yes.
need to pass a law. Men should be able to get vasectomy
And-
without.
And if you're watching this and you are anti-vasectomy, contact me. I would love to talk to you.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know why you don't want to have a vasectomy. Like, we can go do it over pedicures.
No.
But anyway, thanks for watching, guys.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.